I decided to be volunteer because I grew up around station. My brothers were all volunteers and I just love to help the community. On my first fire, I was afraid, but throughout the time I get used to it. So it doesn't matter anymore.
Wilmer Martinez has been volunteering with the Punta Gorda Fire Station since 2017. He and 14 other volunteers serve the town and 33 villages. It's a small fire station with a team of 6 full-time firefighters and only 1 fire truck. So it's almost impossible for them to respond to fires across a broad geographic area. That is why they started getting volunteers. Fireman Evan Melendez helps with the training.
Fire ground survival, the pump and primers, the different tools and equipment that we have to work with. These are things that we need because without the tools, we cannot get our job done. If there's a fire out there, I mean, if the truck leaves from here, then the Punta Gorda is unattended for. So if we can develop some sort of team out there in the village, then it would be a plus for the department.
Between April and early June of last year, there were more than 70 wildfires that burned homes and destroyed agricultural fields. Keeping the station's volunteer program is crucial for safeguarding life and property.
Responding to a lot of bushfires here in the town and as well as some of the rural villages that we responded to. And we are gearing up again to face those challenges again. We know that this year may be a little bit more than what we faced last year.
How important are the volunteers to the work that you do? Because it's a small staff you have.
Yes. Well, the volunteers are like the key backbone to our assistance. They are all selected from some of the strategic villages that we had faced those huge bushfires last year, and they would be playing a vital role in themselves being a fire marshal within their community.
Yet these volunteers receive only a small stipend to compensate their efforts. Over the years, the role of the fire service in Punta Gorda town has expanded to sort of an all-hazards response, from man-made fires to accidents to natural disasters. And so they're asking for more support. That is, better financial reward, as well as proper working equipment and a safer working environment, because the station itself has seen better days.
They do need some type of compensation because although we know they are getting it, but it's not really enough because these guys have to travel all the way from the villages, take up out of their own pocket, plus that is just for passage. They need in order to, their families, their own self, their needs.
It's tremendously difficult, ma'am, due to the fact that if we do not have the proper equipment to get our job done, it puts a lot of strain and struggles on our shoulder, trying to see how best we could do in protecting the life of our community, the citizens and the lives of our community and their properties as well. No?
The Minister of Disaster Risk Reduction, Orlando Habet, and CEO Dr. Kenrick Williams visited the fire station to speak with the firefighters about their concerns. CEO Williams says help is on the way.
We quickly discussed this morning some options that may immediately be available for increasing compensation for these volunteers, because they are the core of really the disaster and fire response in PG and in Toledo. So yes, we are certainly evaluating that as one of the key challenges that they have in terms of not just the amount, but the timeliness with which they get their compensation, with the duration for their compensation. We have been really stunned at the significant lack of resources at these stations and the resources available for them to do their work. So we're looking at those options. Of course, now we have to go and champion, because it is the mandate of the government to provide the resources. So we have to look within our budget and try to see where we can be innovative and maybe some blended finance option.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.